I'm so glad you all are here. Well, I love to reward the early birds, so we'll just start right up. So first, I'd love if you all are willing to have a sense of how familiar, if at all, you are with Canvas, so I kind of know what I'm working with. So Genevieve, have you ever used Canva before?
Yes, I use it to make banners
Uh-huh.
for my business. I use it.
Yeah. So you use it to make banners for your social media? Is that?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
for Facebook and for Instagram.
Okay, got it. And is that it? Just banners?
Yeah, so far just banners.
And what would you like to use it for?
To make more flyers. I'd love to be able to cut images out, but I don't know if the upgrade has that. I haven't seen it in the free version.
Okay, like to clip out the background, you mean?
Correct.
Got you. Great question. Um, Lynn is saying, or maybe clip your ex out of photos. Okay, so Lisa is saying she's a newbie. She's used it a few times. That's great. And so then, Lynn, what about you? What have you used Canva before?
I have not. I have started to set up my account 4 different times and gotten interrupted. So you know how that goes.
I do.
So when this came up, it was like, all right, that's it. This is like the universe saying it's time.
All right, great. And what do you want to use it for, Lynn?
My understanding is just about everything.
Uh-huh.
That it's like the new miracle drug of, the
It's
internet.
pretty great. Is there any particular thing that you'd use it for first if you had your way?
I'm doing a lot more online marketing in Facebook groups and stuff. So a lot of that, not so much print anything anymore.
Mhm.
And I've been using a really, really, really old version of Photoshop that I really love. And
Ah,
it's just getting kind of unstable. So it's like, all right, it is time.
okay. And Lisa, thank you. And if Lisa, if you want to also write in what you'd like to use it for, that would help me aim in that direction if I can, and give you some direct useful information, I hope. And then Primrose, back to you. Have you ever used Canva before at all?
Never used it before. I'm new to the business I'm in, and I'm just looking at what other members are doing, and I'm just trying to learn to market somehow.
And so can I ask what kind of business you run?
It's health and wellness.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Okay. And so you're looking for, you'd like to use it, say, for social media posts or?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Okay. All righty. Let's see. And Genevieve wants to make bigger flyers. And Lisa, online marketing template. Lisa, is it social media? Yes. Okay. Social media. Okay. Well, I'm so glad y'all are here. I'll just say, my name's Lisa. I live in Vermont, and I do a lot of stuff online. I help people build businesses online and stuff, either from scratch or take the business they have and do more online with it to bring more people in. And I also make a little art, and I use Canva to promote it, and I use Canva to make posts, and especially on Pinterest. I am falling completely in love with Pinterest, and my mind is kind of blown as to how everything I thought I knew about Pinterest was wrong. And so I'm doing a free session on that tomorrow night because Pinterest is amazing, and Canva is a great tool to create all my pins and a million other things. But so I just wanted to share the little bit that I know about Canva. I'm not an expert. I am not like paid to run Canva. I just went from a free account to a paid account like yesterday. And I've done everything I've done for a year or something now on a free version of Canva. But I did want to try the paid version to see, because there's a lot of great photos and backgrounds and stuff. Hello, Dorothy, welcome. And so I just want to tell you that, you know, I really am not an expert, but I'm willing to share what I've learned so far, and maybe that will help us all move forward. I'll just take a quick second and say hi to Dorothy. Dorothy, we just went around and everyone told me where they were from and if they've used Canva or not, and what you would like to use it for. So if you'd like to unmute yourself and chime in with that about you, you're welcome to, and you also don't have to. It's completely up to you. Give you just a second. You can also type it in the chat, Dorothy, if you'd rather, or not at all. I just want to be sure that if I can, I make this as useful for you as possible. So feel free to type in the chat or unmute yourself at any point and let me know that. All right, so what I'll do here is I'm just going to share my whole screen, which means as I do that, I'm removing myself from the chat here. So if you need my attention, please just wave or just speak right up, okay? I am a kitchen table style type of girl. So if you want to ask questions, if you have a thought or a doubt or an excitement to share, whatever, just please just chime right in. We're all in it together. So we'll just start. I thought I would just set up a new account actually and see. I haven't done this for a while. It's canva.com, very straightforward, obviously. And I'm going to go here to sign up. I already logged out of my account. And so if you want to follow along, if you don't have an account yet and you want to set it up, you can do this yourself at the same time that you're watching this. I'm going to sign up with an email. And so I'm going to sign up with this email that doesn't have an account yet. So there we go. Okay. So just an email and a password. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to say I'm going to do it for personal because it doesn't, they will use that to decide what to recommend to you. I'm going to skip the Canva Pro. I want to set up another free account here just to show you how to set up a free account. So we're going to skip anything that says Pro. So I'm going to, right here, it will give you a chance to start your first design by telling it what you want. Let's say a Facebook post. How's that? That's really straightforward and simple. It knows the sizes of everything, which sometimes I think that is the best feature of the whole thing, is that I never have to know the sizes of any of these things. So the beautiful thing about Canva is that they have all kinds of templates, even in the free version. So because I said personal, it's offered a bunch of possible posts up here for me personally, and a whole bunch of other kinds of posts that I could put up. So I'm going to pick a birthday one just for the fun of it. And so I'll say see all, so I can see all the birthday templates that they have. Because I have friends who put up great birthday posts when it's somebody's birthday, and I never do that. I'm just saying happy birthday. And I think it would be fun to have something more fun to put up. So look at this cute little template right here. I'm just going to click on it and look at that. Like, I could be done right now with my first. I'm going to skip the tour for now, although you should definitely take the tour. I could be done right now and simply download this and have it on my desktop ready to pull up anytime I want to give somebody a funner birthday thing. The beauty of Canva, though, is that I can also go in here and I can edit any part of it that I want. I can move things around. I can delete things. Like I can click on this dog and hit delete and it's gone. I'm going to Control Z and bring it back, I hope. There it is. So here, let's put in somebody's name. I'm going to put in My daughter's name is Hope, and she just went by and asked me to use her name. So I'm going to put in her name. Hope, let's have cake. And it's gonna, now I've personalized it just a very little bit. And that is so simple. And I could just download it from here. This little download button right here will let me download it. And I get to choose what file type I want. The ping is going to be a higher quality, but it's also going to take up more. It's a bigger file size storage wise. JPEG is probably the simplest and best for a lot of images, unless we want a really, really high quality image for a reason. So I'm going to pick JPEG because it's the simplest. Now in the free version, I'm not going to get to choose what size, what quality beyond that. I just say JPEG and that's all I get to do. In the pro version, I get to select many more details about that. So I'm going to download it from here and it's going to take a second and then it's going to show up. I'm going to just get out of here and it's going to be in my downloads folder. So I'll just go here to my downloads folder.
Wait, so you could have put it right onto your calendar on Hope's birthday and do these like the whole year in advance?
But this is the Canva Pro. With the Pro version, this is an option. And not only with birthdays, but with all your social media.
Right, all your posts.
Wouldn't that be beautiful? And that's also great with Pinterest because then I wouldn't have to buy Tailwind, which is the scheduler for Pinterest a lot. So, so that's like the most simple thing to do is to find an existing template. Here's another one, and just put in another name, put in somebody's name, right? So I'm just going to pick another one here. Now, let's say that we have made this one, right? And we want to make a second version. You can go right here to the plus and it duplicates this page right below it. And now you could make 5 different versions if you want. You could make one for Hope. My other daughter's Bella. So I'll put in Bella here. And I'm going to change some things about this. I'll show you. Whatever you click on, you can delete. So I'm going to go over here to photos and I'm going to pick a different photo to put in there. And let's put in the suggestion box, I'll put in cake. And so I'm going to just pick one of these free cakes because I'm in the free. Oh, here. Oh, cupcake's even better, right? Well, that's a really fun photo for a kid, but it doesn't match the color scheme, obviously, right? So what I'm going to do is change the color scheme. So anything I click on, I'm clicking on this background. See where the blue turquoise line is? That's telling you that's what you're changing. And see this right here? There's the color. I can click on that and now I can pick other colors. And here's the beautiful thing. It picks some colors from the photo. So I'm going to pick, actually, these don't match all that well. I'm going to go to this, see if that helps any. Usually the colors match the photo really, really well. What we're going to do is we'll pick a pink and we're going to go here to pink and pick a whole different color. So I'm going to just slide this. You can put in your code if you know the number for it. And I'm just going to make it a kind of a fun fuchsia there. There's what the blue changed to. And now we can change the red. I'm going to change the red to a whole different color as well. There, we'll just take that color right out. I'm going to take this background right out. And here's what we'll do. We'll put some background in. We can just click on it and drag the photo. And what we'll do is we'll go over here to elements. And elements gives you designs and shapes and things you can put on there. So let's put on this little fun little love thing down here. Goes on huge. I'm going to make it little. Let's see if I can change the, there we go. We'll move it right over here. You can move almost anything. And I'm gonna double click on this and I'm gonna say, love mama. There's that. And then I'm gonna go to shapes. And this is just a gray box, which shows up red because that's the color it was before. Remember the red box? We'll make this, let's make it that turquoisey color, like the color of the cupcakes. And you can keep the aspect ratio by using the corner, or you can change the aspect ratio by using the top and bottom adjustment. And just like it had that little bar before, we'll do this and we'll move the Love Mama down here. And I want to make Love Mama a little bigger because I think I'm more important than that in her life. And instead of having to tell it, see up here where the size is of the font, instead of doing that, I can just make it bigger. I can just make it smaller without having to think of numbers or care about what number it is. And then I don't like it's kind of in the wrong place. So I can go here and drag it anywhere I want. And if I want, I can use this to tilt it sideways if I want to. I don't need to tilt it. I'm going to keep it nice and straight, but I could if I wanted. I could change the color of this text by clicking on it and going up here to where the A is with the rainbow. And I can change the text color. And it automatically gave me the two colors that I've used in this document already, which is a beautiful thing. So I could make it the fuchsia if I want, but I'll just keep it white.
Hey, Lisa,
Yes, please.
isn't there a color picker like there is on some of the other programs where you can actually match the color, comes up with an eyedropper or a paintbrush or something? You can actually.
Yes, there is. Yep.
Ah,
So you can also, let's see. So I'm going to put this across as just an image, but I want, or as a, like a style design, but I want the cupcakes to be in front.
mhm.
So I'm going to click on cupcakes. I'm going to go up to position and I'm going to ask the cupcakes to come forward
Nice.
until I see them come to the front of the bar. There we go.
Sweet.
And then I have this. And now, is this like the most world-class design ever? No, not really, but is it pretty good compared to nothing for free? Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. That took like 2 minutes, right? So this is an animation right here. You know, it's just animating itself. I'm not doing anything to make that happen. But you could also, let me just delete that for a second. And now we can also, let's see if I can do this right. Here's this finished thing. And again, we can just, let me just show you what happens if we download this. Now remember, this is the second page, right? So I'm going to download it. And it's going to, again, I'm going to go to JPEG. It's going to ask me, do I want both pages downloaded? But I already did the first page. So I'll click on it and I'll tell it just page 2. And done. And then I need to click download. And now it will download just the second one. And it's going to try to get me to buy every single time because they're good at what they do, right? They know they want to sell you stuff. So that's okay. So now I'll have the second one downloaded as well. But if I wanted to, I could also, now that I've clicked on the whole thing, see how the turquoise line is all the way around it? I can hit animate. And there are some options to even make this do things. So it moves. It comes up sort of one piece at a time. It ends up being essentially a video, a little video. And in each one of these is a different way that it comes together. So You can just skip it if you don't want the headache, and you can use it if that would be fun. I find that sometimes, and these versions are just for the pro version, that's what the little crown is for. I find that on some of these, when I have animated things or put a video in, sometimes in Pinterest, what I made in Canva will not activate until someone clicks on it. And sometimes when it comes up in Pinterest, it'll just start animating. And I have yet to decipher the exact breakdown as to why some of them do it one way and some the other. Because it's pretty much a fail if there's just like a red screen and a person has to click it to see the video. Nobody's going to do that. So I'm still working out the bugs on that guy. So that's one example of a template. You know, there's loads and loads of templates, but I'll just scoot on to show you something else here. Let's see, I'm going to go back to the home screen here. And now when I click on Canva, I'm just going to refresh the page. When I hit all my designs, all the designs I've ever made, all of them will be right here for me. So I can go back and I can copy a design and it will make a whole new section for me. Or I can go into it again and I can add a new page that's the same size and shape and design style as the one I just made. And then I can edit that. It's a lot easier sometimes to edit than it is to recreate from scratch, right? So having all my past designs there is really, again, a beautiful thing that I love. Aside from using the templates, you can go into create a design and you can start with a whole new thing. Like I could do an Instagram post and there's my right sizes. And I can, again, use a template, which is, it comes up on automatically because of course they expect most people to use their templates and they're great templates. Why wouldn't you, right? I can also go in here and create a design. There'll be all the existing templates are in here, right? For just about anything you can think of. But you can also tell it you want a custom size. It'll automatically go to pixels. But if you want inches instead, just change it to inches first. And you can tell it 8.5 by 11. And you can create a new design that's that size. And it's blank. And you can, again, start with a template, or you can go and create the whole thing yourself. So I'll just show you an example. You can go to background and pick some kind of background that's free, that matches the audience and the message that you're trying to give. Let's say, and you can go up here and search backgrounds that you love. So I'll pick up something that's red just to give it some color. How about this kind of barn board look? It's very vibrant. If I want, I can go up here to this checkerboard and give it some transparency. So I can give it a lot or a little of transparency depending on what I want to do with it. I can go to text, I can go to photos. I can use their free photos. Let's say, see, they don't have any clipped photos. They're all pretty straight up photos. So let's get, well, that color combination isn't going to work with that background of tan with the red. Actually, I really love that picture. Let's use her and let's change the background. So we click on her, the turquoise is around her picture. Click on the background, the turquoise is around the background. Let's pick a black background and we can give it some white text. When we go to text, it'll automatically give us 3 different sizes in fixed fonts. Or you can go through here again and pick their preset little text templates. So, well, let's see, let's pick one. Here we go. So coffee, please, for early in the morning. So this image could be, you could be making something about coffee or about starting your day, or you can just drop in every element by itself and maybe put in a little bit of, let's say swirl. You can take any of their elements and put them in. You can move them around. You can add a border. Here we go. I don't know if this will end up being the right size, if it'll let us adjust it properly. Sometimes the borders are fixed to a certain size. So this one may or may not fit. It doesn't quite fit that size. But you can see that you can play around with pretty much any elements that would be fun for you. You can resize them. And one of the cool things that I really like is watch the pink line. The pink line will tell you when you're in the middle and when you're in a, when you're matched up with your, see up here on the left where the pink dotted line is, it matches up with the text. So it does that. It really does a lot of centering for you. That pink line all the way around tells me I'm right in the heart of the piece. So there's like, you can do all of this manually if you prefer, or you can use their templates, whatever, really it's a complete Wild West setup. You can also upload your own images. So you can go to upload media, and just like with anything else, any other graphics tool, you can go to your device and pull up an image of your own and load it up into Canva. And then it's always there every time that you want to make, especially if you make similar images over and over, or use some similar elements like your logo. That's a good one, right? Then you'll always have them there. And anytime you are putting in photos and elements, you can go to upload and click on the items that are yours. So there's like a very simple beginning. So what questions do you have, or thoughts or ideas? If you want to use it to make flyers, right?
Yeah, I see that they come. They're one of the templates that drop down in that on the left hand side. We say, "What do you want to do?" Instagram post, flyer, blah blah blah. I've just never tried to make a flyer.
So let's see, this flyer is 5.5 by 8.5. That's half of a sheet. The poster's 18 by 24. There's presentations that we were talking about. Let me just see where the full page, where a full page one, you may not, US letter document, there we go. So would it be an 8.5 by 11 typically that you'd be making?
Yeah, typically.
Yeah. And is it like for your business or for a nonprofit, or?
For business, so that you can basically print them out and pass them out, that kind of thing.
Hand them out, right? Okay, so let's, in the templates, let's put in business flyer, right? And let's just see what they give us. What's the feel of this business, and who?
Health and wellness.
Health and wellness, and but is it like warm and welcoming? Is it professional? Is it?
It's bright colors, bright colors. Just being healthy.
Yeah.
Weight loss products, that kind of thing.
Actually, let's put in health and wellness. Let's put in that actually specifically. So these are definitely brighter options that they're coming up with. Let's see, let's try bright colors and see what happened. There we go.
Mm.
And so you can put in any kind of coding up here that you think you might want to try. And then you probably have plenty of images, right, that you've already got in your Canva.
Yeah, except for the ones I want those cutouts. I've been trying to figure that thing out for like 6 months now.
Well, I can show you if you want what I use. It's separate from Canva.
Oh yeah, I'd be thrilled.
You would be. I'm going to show you my website so that you can find this if you want it. Yeah, so zseekers.com is my website. Z Seekers, the letter Z
Hmm.
and Seekers, zseekers.com. And I have a resources page, and you'll have to put in /resources, okay, to see this. And this right here, Clipping Magic, is the tool that I use to remove backgrounds. I pay $3.99 or 95 cents a month. I can remove 15 backgrounds a month. Whatever I don't use rolls over to the next month. And you can keep up to 75 on account, and then they disappear. But 75 is, plenty. So I earn.
But you can download them when you're done, right?
Yes, absolutely. I use it all the time. I will tell you that this is an affiliate link, meaning that I think they give me 10 cents or something, but it doesn't cost you anymore, obviously. But there's that link for that. I'll show you my Canva account, and I will show you some of my clipped images so you get a sense. So I'll show you all my designs are here, loads and loads of designs, like back and back and back and back and back and back. So far back with all these things in it, right? And when I go to, let's say I want to make another version of this. It's a little slow with zoom on, so it's not usually this slow. So let's say I just made this pin the other day, right? I'm going to make a copy, and then I can play on this. So instead of this photo, maybe I want one of the photos I've uploaded, right? So I'll go to my uploads, and all the things I have ever uploaded are all here. And let's say here's a clipped image. I'm going to click on that clipped image, and I can put that in place, right? Here's another clipped image. So here's the one that I started with, and here's the one that's clipped. So that's what you really want, right? Is you want there to be no background in there. And the great thing about Clipping Magic is you can also tell it, oh, I could do another version without this little wheel on the top, right? I can clip out as many things as I want there. So I did a whole bunch of fruit and vegetables at one point. I'm just going to pull this up just 1 second down here. Oh my goodness, so many things. So I did all these fruits and every fruit and vegetable that there is. So I have them all clipped. And so I can, because I do a lot with food. So I can introduce any clipped image because it stays up in my uploads, right? So I've clipped it once, I've uploaded it to Canva, and it's always going to be there so that I can add it again and again and again without having to clip it again and again. Does that make sense?
Right. You don't, do you use folders? Do you put your stuff in like fruit and vegetable folders, that kind of thing?
There's folders right here, and I have never used these folders. There's all these benefits that I've never used. It looks like this might be mostly, maybe it looks like to create folders. Again, you have to have a pro account, which I guess now I can do. For me right now, they're just all in uploads. They're just all here. And every vegetable and fruit that I've done, images of myself from videos, like I'll take a still from a video, and then I'll clip it, and there's a picture that I can use. My logos are up here. All kinds of products are up here, clipped and unclipped. So the upload is a really great tool in the free, even in the free version of Canva. So let's go right into one. I'll pick one of my, I did a series on ethics. And so what ethical business means to me, right? So here's an example. So if I'll make a copy of one, here we go. I'll make a copy of it. And there's an extra, right? Let's see, how about if we'll say, let's go to an element and we'll put in dollar bill, right? Since we're talking about selling, I'll put in dollar bill, right? So all these ones with the crown are, I would need a pro account. Let me pick a different one that I can show you this. I can also give it some transparency. Here we go. So here's this. Again, this is really ugly and we would never use it, but we'll just put it there. We can make it transparent a little bit. We can make it a little lighter. See how it got a lot lighter there? And then we can move it to the back. And I got to click it a second time. And now it's behind the whole, it's behind that whole, all that text.
Cool.
Let's see, here's a little hand. This is a clicking hand. It's an image I uploaded. So this little clicking hand is behind the photo, see there? So I can tell it I want it to go in front of the photo so that it's telling someone to go ahead and click on my, whatever the link is I would have, not on her eyeball, but on a link. So I'm just going to delete this little section, but that's a really, that forward and back thing is a really great tool. What other questions? I really want to use the last few minutes to be as helpful to you as possible. Anybody else? Lisa or Dorothy or anybody? Lynn?
So are some of these just fonts that you can use over here?
Oh, yeah.
The Love, Peace, and Joy, it doesn't have to say Love, Peace, and Joy. That's just an example of the font.
Right. Well, actually, so it's these down here are like little templates for text. So
Okay.
let's get my text out of here. This is a copy. I made another copy.
Yeah.
So this will, when I click on it, it will bring over exactly what it says. Love, peace, and joy from the Fitzgeralds.
Yeah.
Right? And I could be putting this on a card, right? Nice and simple. First of all, let's change the text color so we can see it. I'll make it black. And then I'll go to this one as well. And we'll make, whoops, it was already there. And we'll make that one, let's say red, just so that you can see, you can do whatever you want with it. Then you can go in and you can just click on it a couple of times until you get the text selected, and you can put in, whoops.
Cool.
You can put in whatever text you want, and it tells you what font it's in.
Nice.
But you can then decide, well, actually, even though I asked for that template, I don't want that font. And you can pick another font over here. The ones you've used recently will be at the top. So you can see the Brittany is the one I did ethical in.
Mm-hmm.
And these are other, this is the one that the rest of my text was in, but you can go down to any font you want. Again, looking out for the crowns, right? Because the crowns aren't going to help you unless you buy the pro version. So I've picked another font and it just changes it to whatever font I want. And again, I can make it bigger and smaller by dragging the corner. And that is a feature that I love so much.
Now, can I use this to design stuff for my website? And could I pull it over from here, or?
You can design images for your website that, so like, let me pull up, I'll show you what I mean here. So I'll show you some images that I have on my website. We'll go to the home page here and down to, so I made this on Canva, this image, right? Took me literally maybe 3 or 4 minutes. On my, let's pick, I'll show you because you've already seen this one. On my blog posts, I have the images that are also up on my Pinterest account leading to this article for people to find out what it would be like to work with me. So yes, I use Canva for these images, but they're like a boxed image. When you're, whoops, wow, what are you doing there? When you're talking about like using like the image on my homepage, for example,
Yeah.
you know, this was a stock photo that I bought, right? So it went right into my website as is,
Okay.
or I adjusted the color a little or whatever, but I didn't need Canva for that. What I needed Canva for is all the images that I put together. So like,
Even like this banner, it's a crazy world. That's an image per se that you can then save it.
this is an example of a banner right here that I made from Canva. I told it what size I wanted. And then I put in the photos and I put in the text and I put in the box behind the text.
Gotcha.
So I use it a lot, but it doesn't, it could create an image like this for my website where I'm manually making it a physically crafted image as opposed to a photo. The photo, a straight photo, doesn't need me to do anything in Canva for it.
Right.
I'm just trying to see if there's anything else. Like here's another one that, again, I've used it as to make my Pinterest pins, right? So all of these, this was a series. I started with the one on Canva, and then I made a copy and I changed the background and the text, and I made another copy and I changed the background and the text and the colors, right?
Yep.
But they're for specific things that are added into.
Right.
It would be, see where I had to craft this image, but the photograph on the homepage, I didn't have to craft that.
Right.
So that is just the straight up image. We did some social media posts, images for Facebook groups. Now, do you guys use Pinterest? Because I am so in love with the way that Pinterest has, I'm gonna stop sharing here. The Canva is such a great tool for making anything visual, and Pinterest is such a great tool for communicating about anything visual. People think it's a social media platform, but it isn't. It's a visual search engine. And it's surprising because everything I thought I knew about Pinterest, oh, it's a place to go find some recipes and hang out and look at kind of cool, pretty pictures. I mean, yes, but it's also 70 to 80% women and far more likely for people to buy. People are far more ready to buy solutions to their problems on Pinterest than on any other, what we call social media platform, because it's a search engine. And so the reason I'm doing a session on it tomorrow is because I just love Pinterest so much, and it naturally flows if you do some Canva. And if you have something that you want to create a Canva image about to talk about with people, Pinterest is a really great platform that you might be missing. So if you're at all interested in thinking about a business account on Pinterest, like I'm gonna do Pinterest tomorrow night because I just love it. And again, I'm stumbling forward with my understanding of Pinterest. I'm not some paid expert on Pinterest, but I love it passionately, and I'm really starting to see where I can go with it over time. So I'm happy to show you about it tomorrow. Do any of you use
More
Pinterest?
so than Instagram even?
Far more than Instagram. You know why? Because on Instagram, you can only have one link right? There's one possible link, no matter what picture you put up. You would have to change the link over and over and over, but you can't, it's owned by Facebook, right? And they
Right,
don't want you to get off Instagram. They want you to stay on Instagram.
right.
Pinterest wants you to get off Pinterest, and every single pin you put up can have its own link to anywhere that you want, with a few exceptions. I mean, it's a great tool that way.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
So tomorrow it was the same Zoom link.
It is the same Zoom link tomorrow, yes.
It is?
At
Okay,
the same time tomorrow, for tomorrow, yes.
okay.
For tomorrow and for Wednesday. And anyway, so yes, there are 3 free things I'm doing this week, all with the same Zoom link.
Cool.
Yeah. So do you feel like you guys got something useful? Primrose, do you feel like you got something useful tonight out of all of that?
It's not scary anymore.
Oh, I'm so glad. I'm gonna write that down. I like that though. Because sort of describes exactly what I want working with me to feel like. I want it to not be scary, because I like it when people show me things in a way that isn't scary, right?
Mhm.
It's like,
Well, that, and like I said, it's like the fourth time that I tried to get my account set up. It's like, oh, come on, quit
well,
ringing phone, quit,
did
it's
you get it set up tonight, Lynn, when we
it's
went through?
already set up.
Yay!
I started to, and it's like, no, there's already an account with that name. I'm like, oh man, you are such a klutz.
Well, see, so you succeeded when you thought you'd failed.
Exactly. But now I can go in and really play with it, so that'll be great. I'm excited.
Oh, wonderful. And really, the free version is plenty to do almost, I mean, really, there's a lot in the free version.
Sure.
Well, thanks y'all for coming. And if you would like to find out more about working with me in general, then at my Z Seekers website, you could sign up to be on my mailing list. No pressure to do that.
So what do you do?
What do I do? Well, I do a bunch of different things. I'm what's called an affiliate marketer, which means I find great stuff and I turn people onto it, like clipping magic, that little tiny, thing, but also much bigger programs that are sometimes hundreds or thousands of dollars, because they're like a business in a box sometimes. I also help businesses just get more online instead of all in real life, because man, you got to be online right now. You got to be. And for me, I also do a little bit of art, and so I have
What kind of art? What do you do?
um what can I show you? Oh God. I alter books, I paint furniture, I paint clothes, I do drawings and illustrations. So like I have a Redbubble site, so you can buy like some of my funny little designs on t-shirts or water bottles or a clock or a bath mat or whatever.
And that's called Redbubble?
Redbubble, yeah. In fact, I can show you real quick what my thing looks like, because it's really fun. I love Redbubble. It's a great site to know about if you make any art, but I'll show you. Here's some of my images. So like, here's a funny little drawing. I did a pixie fairy, and this is her on a notebook, right? And this is like a pixie beetle, and she's on a water bottle. And this is I don't even know what you call it. It's like an altered book piece, leaving some of the words behind and coloring all over it, and then they can make it into like an acrylic block that's for that's for design, like a home decor piece. Like I just love that. I think that they're a really, really fun site. And I don't have to make anything, manufacture anything and have inventory. Here's one of my designs. I made all these letters, and they make it into masks and t-shirts and hoodies and all kinds of accessories. I really love the clocks. I think the clocks are here's one of my clocks. I just think that they're really a fun thing. So Redbubble is a really fun site. You can put anything that you've made up onto it. My nephew Jack turned 1, so I put his name up in my colorful letters and sent him a hoodie for his 1-year birthday. So Redbubble is a really fun site if you make your own art. And I raise my girls and take care of the barking dogs. Anyway, so you're welcome to join in the fun at zseekers.com. If you want to sign up, you can be on my mailing list. But again, there's no pressure to do that. Great. Well, you guys, thanks. It was really fun to visit with you. And never hesitate. Send me an email if I can help with anything. And I'll see you tomorrow night if you decide to come.